Hello, welcome to the latest Rotten Lead update. Just recently been to the Salute show where I put on a big grunts game with some friends, which was a lot of fun, and obviously picked up a haul of goodies while I was there. And so I thought I'd just show you through and have a little catch up. Okay, so what have I got? What am I going to go through? Well, this is interesting. Got this up off eBay. It's a 1/350th scale flying sub from the old Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and you can see the sort of scale it is there. And I'm probably going to use it as part of a layout that I'm planning in 6mm, and I'll just have it on like a little dockyard area, possibly berthed up, so I won't use it in the game, just more of a bit of decoration, because I'll paint it up in that traditional classic yellow that you can see there. Got it off eBay, it was a few quid, and nice little resin model really. So there you go, that's one little thing to look at that's interesting. At Salute I picked up a whole load of terrain for World War I or World War II settings, Northern European bits and pieces mainly. And this stuff came from Timecast. They're a UK company. These aren't resin, they're some sort of other material, probably a bit more prone to chipping, but these are 15mm walls. I mean, they look big, you can actually use those for 28mm walls as well, but they're sort of high walls. And I've also got some smaller ones that they did at the same time, so you can see them there. There's a variety of corners and bits and pieces that they do. I believe they sell them on their website, and I just think they look quite nice, nicely textured. So I'll base all those up with some of these buildings which I'm about to show you, and they're from a company called Foreground. This is the parish church, and as you can see it's laser cut MDF, and the whole set comes as several different boards in here. You can see how thick that bag is, with different boards for that. It comes pre-painted as well, so you can see the blue roof and things there. That actually is already pre-sprayed or painted onto these bits of MDF. So once you've got that on a base, because obviously just standalone like it is on the front cover there, it's not great in terms of detailing, but once you've got that onto a base with some terrain around it, it will look great. And I may well use some of these tool walls that I've got here from Timecast Studios to use as a section of the graveyard or something at the back of that when I built it onto a base. So I've got quite a few of those foreground bits and pieces at the show. Fantastic MDF, and it's great fun putting them together. In fact, I've got some I built earlier actually, which I should have got out. Now I'm going to get out and make a big noise while I do it. Actually, I should have shown these off a little while ago. I built them a couple of months ago. You can see here that you have sort of removable roof bits and pieces. The detailing is astounding really. If you look in here, those are separate MDF pieces that you glue on to represent the sort of brick wall under the plaster. So you actually get a sort of double layer of detail. All of the foreground kits are this double thick size, so you get the double wall on there, and you can see that on the edge there as well, that it's a double thick MDF wall. So when you're constructing it, you sort of build up the base. The instructions are very simple. Build up the base and you put one skin of the wall on, and then you sort of put the second one on afterwards, so you get that sort of detail level building up. I've got some 15mm World War I here, which I'll just show you. So these models are from Peter Pig, and that's on a 30 by 30mm base. So perfect. And if you were playing something like bolt action in 15mm, obviously you might have your figures singular on singular bases. So for skirmishing, it's just as good. Or whatever rules you're using, really, you can see that that looks rather nice and works. They obviously do these buildings without the damage as well, so you can have a damaged and a non-damaged version. So if you really wanted that destructible terrain look, you could buy both versions. I personally like the look of these in the destroyed sort of style with the crumbling walls, just because you get that much more detail on the model because of the extra MDF pieces representing this. So it just draws the eye in a bit more. And as you can see, they have these little connectors that allow you to pop the different layers on. So they also, on the foreground site, do extra layers. So you have a nice sort of a section to put in there, and they sell those separately, so you can get a third floor in, which is quite nice because you could upgrade at any time in the future, because I'm never going to glue those two things together there. So if I wanted to expand it, buy the expansion piece and you're away. So that's a row of houses. And this is, I think this is a bank or a hotel. It has a rather nice sort of passageway detail in there. And again, that sort of destroyed section on that side. Removable top piece. In fact, the one thing I have done on this is I've glued the roof section on, which you could of course keep as a separate piece, but there you go. Again, miniatures can go in there and you can pop them in each level if you so wish to do that, and you can see the 15mm scale fits in there perfectly. So there we go, foreground. Very nice buildings and a pleasure to build actually. Perfect for sitting in front of the TV and just using some PVA glue to pull those together. So what else did I get? I got some new NSL from GZG, 15mm scale sci-fi. Pop those out onto the tray. And you can see I've got a rocket launcher there. This is obviously the sort of squad specialist extra weapons and things, saw weapons. So you've got sort of light machine guns and various other bits and pieces in there. Very nice models, and they're the new NSL from them, and NSL means New Swabian League from Ground Zero Games. So I've got a whole set of those. I've got the starter pack, so you've got a whole range of the sort of heavy weaponry. And if I get some of these out here, still in their bags. I've got some standard infantry there, just let you see the standard infantry, and you can see they have that nice sort of sitting down pose, the kneeling pose, and a variety of other walking ones. And again, you can see down there nice detailing on that. I don't know, you wouldn't call it a modern assault rifle, I guess, sort of stubby assault rifle. So very nice. The New Swabian League, I'm going to be painting those up. They have for their crusty range now, they have a new cavalry mount, a new cavalry mount, and you can see the crusty style things there, and they're like massive prawns. I think what really makes them though are those eye stalks. Good feature. Once those are painted up with a sort of a, I think I'd actually go for some sort of fancy prawny pink, purpley colour. I could also see them in green, maybe with some sort of mottled colouring across the back. So very nice. I only got two of those really, so I'm just really showing those off. I won't start painting those at all until I get a few more. It'd be nice to have maybe about 12 of those in a cavalry unit in the game of Grunts. So these are nice as well. These are kind of bigger, more chunkier bikes, really, and I think they're NSL. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if that's NSL or not, but you can see they have the nice little stands come with them. I'll probably put them on different magnetic stands so they can pop up a little bit higher. And they're a little bit chunkier than the normal sort of grav bikes. And the feature which I really like is these kind of VTOL style engine things. And you fit a couple of those on the sides. That's not going to stay in, I just thought it might just stay in, but you can see how that fits on the side of the bike. No, you can't. I'll just lay it there so you get a sort of impression of what that would look like with a couple of those on the side. And the little bike riders are nice too. Kind of Judge Dreddy almost, actually. But nice. So those are from GZG. I think those are brand new as well. Again, I've only got a couple of those. I could probably do with a squad of 6 guys on those bikes. I'd like to do those up, I think, in a kind of a busted up, rusty look for some reason, with lots of chipping along the side. So what else we've got here? Some new tank vehicles from GZG. You can see with GZG again here how they build their models up. It's out of separate plates that you build up. So you get the base plate and then a top plate. Most of their metal models are like this. And then the turret section. And then the actual gun in there as well. So you can see how that's going to go on the front of that there. Nice looking model, I think, and you get little missile launchers to go on the side. So again, if you're using this in grunts, you can design on those missile launchers as part of the build for the model. And it's a wheeled mobility one, and these are new. Well, they're new to me from GZG. The old wheels style used to have a like cap that you put in there, but he's built it all as one. So that's pretty good. Don't ask me what they're called. I can't remember. Sorry. Just saw them on the stand. See, they're up on the GZG website anyway. Okay, so other bits and pieces. Actually, got a stack of stuff here. Oh, these are interesting. There's a Kickstarter at the moment for a game and a set of miniatures from Paulson Games, and these are the mecha. And there's so many pieces, so many little pieces for it, but it's a fantastic little sculpt. You can see, what way is this guy going to be walking? Okay, so there's the front. It's a 15mm mecha, and just the detailing's amazing. You can't see this on the web. Obviously, some people have done some stunning paint jobs on these, but you can just see the quality of the cast there. So these obviously come in at, I think, sort of between $20 and $30 a piece, these walkers that Paulson Games do. But I think they're well worth it for that level of detail that you've got on there. It's fantastic. So, sorry, I'm not going to be able to show you anything to do with that being constructed, but almost getting there. Right. Okay, now I could take 20 minutes pushing all this back in here, but I'm just going to pour it off. Right. So, some other bits and pieces. Infinity have some very nice new, I think they call them tags. This is one in their mercenary range. You get another better view of that on the back. I think they'll work for 15mm, but they are really 28mm miniatures, and I've bought that to use in the Infinity game. I will unbox and just show you briefly the metal inside. So, quite a lot of detailing. You can see that it has a sort of a scaly back. Very nice detailing on there. And it's the guns that do it for me with these sort of little tubs and things off the back of them. Very nice. And again, they do their sort of usual style. They often do this where they have the sort of leg pieces fix in. Actually, that's slightly different. I had another one of these where the leg pieces were... Oh yeah, one is different than the other in terms of length, so you get a nice pose out of it as well. Apologies for putting my fingers in the way there. Okay, that's a bit better. You can see the detailing on the leg. So, fantastic model. So I'll close that away. Right, so otherwise a great show. There's some fantastic stands and things there. Another one of my videos shows you the full GZG stand and the Brigade models stand. And I'll just show you what I got from Brigade. It's for the sort of 2-4mm scale, and it's a World War II kind of hanger. You could use that in 6mm, you could use it in 2mm, I mean it would be flexible. It's I've got a pair of those, and they actually come with a selection of small building sections, which I shall show you. Again, it's a case of pouring them all on and then peeling them apart. So you have these other sort of domed hanger or barracks type buildings. You can see they're actually originally from Shapeways. I think they've done them in 3D design, so you have a little bit of texture on there before they've cast them up, and I actually quite like that. So you can even see that little building there, very nice. I'll probably be using those with a sort of aeronef style of games. And again, if you look at the other video I did of the show where I showed the brigade model stand, you can see some of these painted up in colour on their stand, variety of their small scale miniatures. So I shall stop talking now, and I'll do another update shortly. Got lots of things to talk about, lots of different bits and pieces I'm working on, including for the Grunts game I'm working on a set of action cards for that, which will be available print on demand, so more news soon. Thanks for listening in.